Hello and welcome back to US Podcast.
Hi, everyone. We are very happy to see you here today.
This morning, we are talking about something that can truly change your life. Not motivation, not talent, not luck. We are talking about discipline.
Many people say, I want to change my life. I want better grades. I want a better body. I want more success. But very few people say, I want to build discipline. Why do you think that is?
I think it is because discipline sounds hard. It sounds boring. When people hear the word discipline, they imagine waking up at 5 a.m., taking cold showers, and never having fun again. It feels strict. It feels uncomfortable. So people avoid it.
That is true. Discipline does not sound exciting. Motivation sounds exciting. Success sounds exciting. Discipline sounds like work. But here's the interesting part. Lean in earnestly. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Without it, goals stay as dreams.
Let me ask you something. Do you think people fail because they are not smart enough?
Most of the time, no. Many people fail because they are not consistent. They start strong, they feel inspired, they study for 3 days, they go to the gym for 1 week, then they stop. Not because they cannot do it, but because they do not have discipline.
So, what you're saying is that discipline is not about being perfect. It is about continuing even when you do not feel like it.
Yes, that is the key point. Discipline means doing what you decided to do, even when your emotions change. Feelings are unstable. One day you feel powerful, the next day you feel tired and lazy. If you depend only on feelings, your life will move up and down.
That makes sense. Motivation is like the weather, sometimes sunny, sometimes rainy. Discipline is like a decision. It does not depend on mood.
I like that comparison. Let's think about students. Imagine two students. One studies only when he feels inspired. The other studies every day for 1 hour, even if he feels bored. After 6 months, who will improve more?
The second one, of course, small daily effort wins.
Right? Discipline is not dramatic. It is simple and repeated. It is choosing to act when it would be easier to stop. It is turning off your phone when you want to scroll. It is opening your book when you want to sleep.
But many people say, I will start tomorrow. Why do we delay building discipline?
Because comfort is attractive. Our brain loves comfort. Watching videos is easier than studying. Eating junk food is easier than cooking healthy meals. Discipline often asks us to choose the harder option now for a better result later. So the real question is not, do I want success? The real question is, am I ready to feel uncomfortable for it?
That is powerful. Building discipline means training yourself to accept short-term discomfort for long-term growth. It's not about being extreme, it's about being steady.
And maybe that's what changes everything. Not a big action, not a huge decision, but small, disciplined choices every single day.
So now the big question, are people born disciplined or do they become disciplined?
Many people believe discipline is personality. They say some people are naturally strong, some people are naturally lazy, but I do not fully agree with that.
Me neither. I think habits create discipline, not personality. A child is not born loving homework. A child learns routines from life. If someone wakes up every day for years, it feels normal, not painful.
That explains why starting is so hard. At the beginning, everything feels uncomfortable because the brain is not used to it yet.
Yes, the brain always wants to save energy. New actions require effort. Old actions are automatic. That is why watching social media feels easy. You practiced it thousands of times.
So discipline is really training your brain.
Exactly. At first, you force the action. Later, the action becomes natural. Think about brushing your teeth. Do you need motivation to do it?
No, I just do it.
That is discipline that became automatic behavior. The goal is to make good habits feel normal, not special. But people compare themselves too much. They see someone who studies 5 hours daily and think, I can never be like that. Because they see the result, not the training process. That person did not start with 5 hours. They started with 10 minutes. Discipline grows slowly, like a muscle.
So the mistake is trying to become perfect immediately.
Yes, People try a very strict routine for 3 days, then burn out. Discipline is not intensity, it is repetition.
Then anyone can build it.
Anyone who accepts slow progress can build it. Before we continue, I want to ask you something. What is one area of your life where you want more discipline? Write your answer in the comment section.
That question matters because awareness is the first step. When you know where you are weak, you know where to train. Let's talk about something people often confuse with discipline: motivation.
Yes, motivation. People love videos, quotes, speeches. They feel powerful after watching them.
But the feeling disappears after a few hours, sometimes after a few minutes.
That is because motivation is emotion, discipline is behavior. Emotion changes fast, behavior can stay. So motivation helps you start, but discipline helps you continue.
Perfect way to say it. Imagine you want to learn English. One day you watch an inspiring video. You feel excited and study for 2 hours. The next day you feel tired. You skip studying. The third day you forget.
That happens to many learners.
Now imagine another learner. He studies 20 minutes every day. No excitement, no big emotion, just a small daily action.
After 1 year, the second learner speaks better English, always, because progress loves consistency, not intensity.
So motivation is useful but unreliable.
Yes, use motivation to begin, but never depend on it. Discipline means you already decided, so you act even when motivation is zero. But how do you act when you really don't want to?
You lower the requirement. Instead of 1 hour, do 10 minutes. Discipline is not about big effort every day. It is about 0 days skipped.
That removes pressure. People quit because they think, if I can't do a lot, I should do nothing.
Exactly. The real enemy of discipline is the all-or-nothing mindset. Small action keeps the habit alive. So the rule is simple. Never trust your mood. Trust your schedule.
Yes, when action becomes a rule, life becomes easier. You stop negotiating with yourself.
That sounds peaceful. Actually, less thinking, more doing.
Let's go deeper. Now, if someone truly wants to build discipline, the question becomes simple. What do I do every single day? Not once a week, not when I feel ready, every single day.
That is where most people struggle. They want big change, but they don't design small daily actions.
Yes, discipline is not a big, dramatic decision. It is small systems repeated daily. For example, if you want to become healthier, don't say, I will completely change my life. Say, I will walk for 20 minutes every day.
That sounds simple.
It is simple, but simple does not mean easy. The challenge is not understanding what to do. The challenge is doing it when you are tired, bored, or distracted.
So, how do we make daily habits stronger?
First, make them clear. Don't say, I will study more. That is unclear. Say, I will study English at 7 p.m. for 20 minutes. When the action is clear, your brain has less confusion.
That reduces excuses.
Exactly. Second, make it small. People destroy discipline by starting too big. They feel excited and say, I will wake up at 4 a.m., exercise 1 hour, read 2 books a week. After 5 days, they feel exhausted.
Because it is not realistic.
Right. Discipline grows slowly. If you wake up at 9 a.m., don't jump to 4 a.m. Wake up at 8:30 first. Let your body adjust.
So we should increase difficulty step by step.
Yes, think about it like building strength. You don't lift the heaviest weight on the first day. You start light, then you grow.
That removes fear. Many people don't start because they imagine a very hard process.
That is true. The mind creates a scary picture, but daily discipline is boring in a good way. It's repeating simple actions.
What about distractions? Phones, social media, games, they destroy focus.
Discipline is easier when you remove temptation. Don't fight your phone. Put it in another room. Don't depend only on willpower. Change your environment.
That's smart. Instead of saying, I won't check my phone, you make checking your phone harder.
Yes, environment is stronger than motivation. If junk food is in your room, you will eat it. If your book is on your desk, you are more likely to study.
So discipline is partly design.
Absolutely. Design your space for success. Keep things visible that support your goals. Hide things that distract you.
Let's talk about another problem. People break their habit one day and then quit completely.
That is very common. They miss one workout and say, I failed. Then they stop for a month. Discipline is not about never failing. It is about returning fast.
So missing one day is not the problem. Missing many days is.
Yes, life happens. You get sick, you get busy. That is normal. The disciplined person says, I will continue tomorrow. No drama, no guilt.
I think guilt is dangerous. When people feel guilty, they avoid the habit even more.
Exactly. Discipline works better with calm thinking, not self-hate. Speak to yourself like a coach, not like an enemy.
That changes the mindset. Instead of saying, I'm lazy, say, I need to improve my system.
Perfect. Focus on improvement, not identity. You are not a lazy person, you are a person who needs better routines. What about reward? Should we reward ourselves?
Yes, but carefully. The habit itself should feel rewarding. For example, after studying, you feel proud. That feeling is powerful. You can also give small rewards like watching your favorite show after finishing your task.
So, reward should support the habit, not destroy it.
Exactly. Do not reward studying with something that takes 3 hours and ruins your sleep. Keep it balanced.
Seriously, let me ask you something important. What if someone says, I tried building discipline many times and failed every time?
Then I would say, maybe you tried to change too much at once. Discipline is not built in 1 month. It is built in many small wins. Start with one habit, only one.
Just one.
Yes, master one habit first. When that becomes stable, add another. People want 5 changes at the same time. That creates pressure.
That makes sense. Focus creates power.
And remember something very important. Discipline is not punishment. It is self-respect. When you keep promises to yourself, your confidence grows.
That is powerful. Confidence does not come from talking, it comes from action.
Yes, every time you do what you said you would do, you prove to yourself that you are reliable. That feeling changes how you see yourself.
So, daily habits are not just about results, they are about identity.
Exactly. You become the kind of person who shows up, and that identity changes your life slowly but deeply.
So, if someone is listening right now and wants to start today, what should they do?
Choose one small habit. Make it clear, make it easy. Decide the time. Remove distractions, and promise yourself you will continue even on bad days. That sounds simple, but if someone truly follows it, their life will look different in a few months.
Now let's talk about comfort. This is where discipline really begins. People think the biggest enemy is laziness, but often the real enemy is comfort.
Comfort feels good, so why is it a problem? Because comfort keeps you the same. Growth needs a little pressure, not pain, not suffering, but a small daily challenge. Without that challenge, nothing changes.
So every time we choose the easy option, we stay in the same place.
Exactly. Imagine you want to improve your English speaking. You understand many words, but you avoid speaking because you feel shy. Staying silent feels comfortable, but your level never improves.
I see. Comfort protects your feelings but blocks your progress.
Yes, discipline is choosing useful discomfort. You accept a small, awkward moment now to gain confidence later.
That explains why beginners improve fast when they practice speaking daily, even if they make mistakes.
Mistakes are part of discipline. Comfort tries to avoid mistakes. Discipline accepts them as teachers.
But how do we know the difference between healthy rest and harmful comfort?
Good question. Rest gives energy back. Harmful comfort steals time without giving growth. After good rest, you feel ready. After harmful comfort, you feel regret.
That is true. After scrolling for 1 hour, people feel empty.
Because the brain got stimulation but no progress. Discipline gives satisfaction. Not always fun, but meaningful.
Many people wait to feel ready before starting. They say, tomorrow I will be serious.
Readiness is a myth. Action creates readiness. When you start, your mind follows. When you wait, fear grows.
So starting badly is better than waiting perfectly.
Always. The first step is rarely beautiful, but it breaks the wall of inaction. What about fear of failure? That keeps people inside comfort.
Discipline changes your relationship with failure. You stop seeing failure as proof you are weak. You see it as part of training.
Like learning to ride a bicycle, falling is expected.
Yes, imagine a child saying, I fell once, I will never try again. It sounds strange, but adults do this with goals all the time.
Because adults protect their ego more.
Exactly. Discipline requires humility. You allow yourself to be a beginner.
That can feel uncomfortable, especially in front of others.
True, but remember, people respect consistent effort more than natural talent. A person who shows up daily earns respect slowly but strongly.
So comfort gives short happiness. Discipline gives long confidence.
Beautifully said. If you choose comfort every day, life becomes smaller. If you choose small challenges daily, life becomes larger.
That means discipline is not removing joy. It is creating deeper joy.
Yes, the joy of progress, the joy of self-trust, the joy of knowing you can rely on yourself.
And that kind of happiness lasts longer than entertainment.
Now let's make this practical. It's easy to talk about discipline in theory, but what does it look like in real life? Let's start with studying.
Good idea. Many of our listeners are students.
Setting a scenario. Imagine a student preparing for exams. One student studies only when the exam is close. He feels stress, drinks a lot of coffee, and studies all night. The other student studies 1 hour daily for 3 months.
The second student feels calmer.
Yes, discipline reduces stress. When you prepare daily, you don't panic. You feel in control.
That's interesting. So discipline is not only about success, it also protects your mental health.
Absolutely. Last-minute work creates anxiety. Daily work creates stability.
Let's talk about fitness.
Okay, many people join a gym in January. They go every day for 2 weeks, then they disappear.
I've seen that so many times.
Because they depend on excitement. A disciplined person says, I will go 3 times a week, not every day, just 3. And they continue even when progress is slow. Slow progress can be frustrating.
Yes, but slow progress is still progress. Discipline teaches patience. You understand that real change takes time.
Shifting focus, what about work life? At work, discipline means finishing important tasks first, not checking emails for 2 hours, not wasting time on small distractions.
So it's about priorities.
Exactly. Disciplined workers focus on what truly matters. They don't just stay busy, they stay productive.
That's a big difference.
Huge difference. Busy feels active. Productive creates results. And in personal life,
In personal life, discipline can mean saving money regularly, even a small amount. It can mean having honest conversations instead of avoiding problems.
that one is difficult.
Yes, emotional discipline is powerful. Controlling anger, listening carefully, not reacting immediately, that takes strength.
So, discipline is not only about waking up early and exercising, it touches every area of life.
Exactly. It shapes how you eat, how you speak, how you spend money, how you use time.
Let's talk about something real. What if someone feels lazy most of the time?
Laziness is often confusion or a lack of clarity. When a goal is unclear, action feels heavy. When the next step is clear, action feels lighter. So instead of saying, I need to change my life, say, I will read 5 pages now.
Yes, make the actions small and specific. Your brain resists big, unclear tasks.
That explains why people clean their room instead of studying. Cleaning feels simple and clear.
Exactly, it gives quick satisfaction. But long-term goals need structure.
Let's say someone has already failed many times. They started and stopped again and again. How can they rebuild trust in themselves?
Start with something so small that it feels almost too easy. For example, 5 push-ups daily or 10 minutes of study. When you complete it for 1 week, your confidence slowly returns.
So, discipline rebuilds self-belief.
Yes, every kept promise becomes proof. You begin to think, maybe I can do this. That shift in thinking is powerful.
Very powerful, because once you believe you are capable of consistency, bigger goals feel possible.
So, discipline is like the foundation of a house.
Perfect example. Without a strong foundation, everything collapses. With a strong foundation, you can build higher.
That means discipline doesn't change your life in one day. It changes your direction.
Exactly. And when direction changes, the future changes.
That's inspiring, but also realistic.
Let's talk about the hardest moment. The moment when you know what you should do, but you really don't want to do it.
The moment of pure laziness.
Or maybe not laziness. Sometimes it is tiredness, sometimes fear, sometimes just a heavy mood. But the result is the same. You delay the action. That happens to everyone, even disciplined people.
Yes, discipline does not mean you always feel ready. It means you have a method for starting anyway.
So what is the method?
The first trick is the 5-minute rule. Tell yourself, I will do this for only 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I can stop.
That sounds almost too easy.
That is why it works. The brain resists big effort, but it accepts small effort. Once you begin, resistance drops, and usually people continue longer than 5 minutes.
Exactly. Starting is the hardest part. After starting, momentum helps you.
What if someone still refuses to start?
Then change the environment again. Stand up, move to another chair, open the book. Physical movement breaks mental resistance. So action creates motivation, not the opposite.
Yes, waiting to feel motivated keeps you stuck. Movement awakens the mind.
I notice people also think too much before starting. They plan perfectly but never act.
Overthinking is the enemy of discipline. Planning should be short, action should be long.
So we need a simple rule.
Here's one. Decide fast, start faster, improve later.
I like that. Many people want perfect conditions.
Realistically, perfect conditions almost never arrive. Noise exists, distractions exist, mood changes. Discipline means acting in imperfect situations.
Let's talk about another problem. People say, I ruined today, so I will start again next week.
That is a dangerous mindset. One bad hour becomes a bad day. One bad day becomes a bad week.
So what should they do instead?
Reset immediately. If you plan to study at 4 p.m. and you skipped it, start at 4:10. Do not wait for tomorrow.
That keeps the chain alive.
Yes, discipline loves quick recovery. The faster you return, the stronger the habit stays.
Many people think disciplined people have strong willpower all the time.
Not true. They simply remove decisions. Same study time, same workout time, same routine. Less thinking, more doing.
So routine saves energy.
Exactly. Every decision costs mental energy. A routine protects your focus.
What about rewards during difficult days?
On very hard days, reduce the task, but keep the habit. Instead of 30 minutes, do 5 minutes. The goal is continuity. Never break the identity.
Yes, you want to remain a person who shows up, even in small ways.
That sounds powerful psychologically.
It is. When you keep showing up, your brain stops arguing. The behavior becomes part of who you are.
So, discipline is not forcing yourself forever. It becomes natural over time.
Exactly. At first, effort is heavy. Later, effort is lighter. Finally, effort feels normal.
And the hardest step is always the first move.
We've talked about habits, comfort, motivation, and starting when you don't feel ready. Now, let's step back and look at the bigger picture. What actually changes in a person's life when they build discipline?
I think the first change is trust. You begin to trust yourself.
Yes, before discipline, you make plans, but you don't fully believe them. You say, tomorrow I will start, but deep inside you doubt it because you remember all the other tomorrows that never happened.
Exactly. But after weeks of small, consistent actions, your mind becomes quieter. You don't need loud promises anymore. You simply act.
That must feel peaceful.
Very peaceful. Less guilt, less stress, more stability. You stop negotiating with yourself every day.
And I guess your confidence grows naturally.
Real confidence grows from evidence, not positive thinking, not repeating strong sentences in the mirror. Evidence. When you show up daily, your brain collects proof that you are reliable.
So confidence is a result, not a starting point.
Yes, many people wait to feel confident before acting. Discipline reverses that. You act first, confidence follows.
What other areas change?
Time feels different. Before discipline, time disappears. Hours go to random activities. After discipline, time feels organized. You know where your day went.
That alone can change a person's future.
Definitely, small daily improvement for 1 year creates a huge difference. Not dramatic daily change, small, steady change.
Like saving a little money every day.
Exactly. At first, it looks small. Later, it becomes powerful.
Does discipline make life boring, though? Some people fear that.
Good question. Actually, the opposite happens. Chaos is stressful. Structure creates freedom. When important things are done, you enjoy free time more.
Because you are relaxed, not worried.
Yes, free time without guilt feels lighter. Discipline does not remove fun, it protects it.
I like that idea. Fun feels better when it is earned.
And discipline also changes how others see you. People trust consistent people in work, in friendships, in family life.
Reliability becomes your reputation.
Exactly. Opportunities often come to dependable people, not just talented people.
So discipline quietly opens doors.
Yes, over months and years, it shapes your identity. You stop saying, I'm trying to improve. You become a person who improves.
That is a strong shift.
And remember, discipline is never finished. It is a lifestyle. Some days are easy, some days are heavy, but the direction stays the same.
If someone listening today wants one sentence to remember, what would you say?
I would say this: your future is built by what you repeat daily, not what you promise occasionally.
That sums everything up.
Start small, stay steady, be patient with yourself, but do not stop. The change will come quietly. Then suddenly, you will realize your life is different.
And when that moment comes, you would know it wasn't luck. It was discipline.
If this conversation made you think, start today with one small action. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Tell us in the comments what habit you're going to practice daily.
And if you want more real English conversations that also improve your mindset, subscribe and join us in the next episode of US Podcast.
Thank you for listening.
We'll see you next time.